this is a super bad move for free-to-play and low spend in the community. And I watched Purple Sticky's video the other day, and he made comments about the game shifting from pay-to-win, which it's always been pay-to-win, to pay-to-play. Specifically, he was talking about how he was super competitive in Scourges, like Morgan Flay Scourge and all of them, up until the gating of Old Man Logan, and it was a non-event. He didn't even have to play it because he was gated out of it. It has become pay to play. And the title of the video is probably going to be the death of the free-to-play players, death to the low spend. This is garbage. This is absolutely garbage for a large segment of the community. Captain Britain, and they're doubling down. Temporal Dimension 2 is basically going to be gated behind 5 members Illuminati. And if you're free to play, you're going to be able to do nodes 1 through 4. But when you get past 1 through 4, well, it's assuming you have the 3 Gapal, right? I mean, that's an assumption there too. Node 5 is going to be any Illuminati gear tier 14, which means I guess you could core Hank. I mean, there's no star requirements, but Hank just went into offers yesterday, and this is coming out next week sometime. So if you want to go beyond Node 5, if you have to pay to play. It's not even pay to win. It's pay to play. I mean, the game has always been like this. You know, it's like, okay, the spend, you know, it's a race. Let's say we're going to run, you know, 100-meter dash or something like that. Oh, the spenders are going to get a 1-second head start. This is like, no, you don't even get to compete. You do not get to play at all. Pay to play. And so this is really not good. This is not good at all. Now, one of the things that I want to point out that's kind of garbage, in my opinion, is there was this FAQ showcase questions. And actually, a lot of these were questions that were specifically targeted at me that I had asked in a conference call. So they do listen to people, and that's fine. But this seems very disingenuous. And I'm not going to say that they're lying, but this does not feel good. How do I get more Illuminati team orbs? They will be available through offers, but you'll also be able to earn them by progressing in Pocket Dimension with Cabal. I'm sure there's some legalistic way of looking this and saying that they technically did not lie, that with Cabal you can get a couple shards at the start. But I feel like this is completely disingenuous because the large majority, you know, stages 25 through 5, the last 20 stages of this, the last 21 stage of this are not accessible without 5 members of the Illuminati. So why mention this? Why say this? This is so incredibly misleading. Absolutely misleading at best. Reddit is not happy. Scopely has made their point clear. The game is for heavy spenders only. It is pay to play or quit. Temporal Dimension comes back next week. Feature Cabal and Illuminati. If you don't have at least 5 Illuminati members, you can't play past the 4th node. They're officially paywalling content at the early levels. Get ready to lose Alliance members. I think we need to get a hold of a lawyer from the Star Trek community. Players from the Star Trek community that Scopely owns are suing Scopely for deceptive practices. It's currently in arbitration. I just think that we should try to get a hold of that same lawyer. If you haven't watched Boylan's new video, go watch it. Not only is free-to-play dead, but middle spenders might as well be too. Yeah. I've invested a lot of money into the game over the last 6 months. It's wild that they can take our money and decide on a whim to completely change the way the game works. They can't fix game-breaking bugs, and they can completely overhaul monetization and Kraken rewards. They knew these changes were coming, told us nothing, still took our money. Done this game, I want my money back. This isn't what I paid for. 2 things. Big shout out to Boylan. Boylan actually clued me into this issue. yesterday and this morning. And so I actually, big shout out to Boylon, right? He's definitely an advocate for free-to-play and light spenders. But light spenders, like, this is pushing out the Battle Pass players. People that were willing to spend $80 a month on a mobile game. These changes are not good for people that have already committed to spend $80. Now, in some ways, players like myself or the people that go out and spend and buy a 7-star every day, these are good changes, right? I pretty much try to get every character on release, and I'm looking at this and I'm like, yeah, this is not good for people that are Battle Pass and free to play. That is the issue, because if this game just becomes people that are willing to spend $200, $300, $400 a month and up, and everybody else is screwed, what kind of game is that? What kind of game is this if free to play can't have a reasonably good experience and get just locked out from playing events? It's garbage. It's garbage. Absolutely garbage. Officially happening. Pay to play events. Congratulations, Scopely. You finally created the first pay-to-play event in the history of this game. Pocket Dimension, only for those that have spent on Luxury and Hank Pym. I have paid to play mini games in my past, but $100 to $200 for a week-long event sets a whole new level of spending that's just outrageous. Didn't realize the Krakens again complained about wanting spending advantages this much. Good luck, everyone. Remember, get fucked, Commanders. Oh, yeah. The part that I don't get is, why does it need to be gated between all 5 Illuminati? Why can't it be only Illuminati can be used, but you can go in with 3? And maybe it's super hard to get through stages 5, 6, 7, and 8, but you can at least play it. Maybe it'll be so hard that you can't get through it without spending lots and lots of cores. But then you can make a decision and you're not locked out of the content. I don't understand why you can't just go in with Iron Man, Black Bolt, and Hank Pym, and maybe that'll be miserable. Maybe there's 0% chance that you can get through it without spending money. But at least it's not unplayable. I really hate this. Really hate this. There's some other things in the blog which are overshadowed by this negative news. Alpha Flight to bumps, Elite Store, Penny Park to diamonds, and there's a pretty severe change right here to the way that Arena is played. And then we also got an update about 8.2 being delayed. Arena update. Starting soon after version 8.2 release goes live, players will be able to complete all 5 arena attacks at once without waiting for the 15-minute cooldown. If you want extra arena attacks, you still have the option to use power cores to do so. I don't know. We'll have to see how that works out. It's interesting. I'm going to wait and reserve judgment until I see that. Now, a lot of people are saying, when is 8.2 coming? Now, 8.2 is important for a lot of people because that's when the anticipated changes to the Apocalypse unlock are supposed to be implemented with 8.2. Version 8.2 release delay. Our team is working diligently to release the 8.2 version to everyone. However, there's been a slight delay in the process. We'll have more information soon, but for now, 8.2 is on tentative hold. The way that this has worked in the past is that they start rolling out the pre-updates, the pre-downloads on Monday, and that did happen, and that's for the people that have the Odin loading screens and so on and so on. And then it typically gets turned on Wednesday. Well, today's Friday, so it didn't happen. And so it's delayed indefinitely. And along with the Apocalypse changes, Arena is going to have 5 arena attacks at once. All right, we'll see how it goes. If you have not done so already, tons of free codes from the tournament the other day. All 3 of them worked. I had no problem getting them. So there are the codes there. And congratulations to Dorky Dad for winning the tournament yesterday. Also, Iron Patriot is now in these orbs. So hopefully you hoarded them. And it looks like there's a 5 minimum per orb. So you should be able to upgrade your Iron Patriot if you're wanting to do that. Also, Leader is in the Crucible store, and Cosmic Ghost Rider is on Villains Hard Mode 6-9. Now, there were some changes to Cosmic Crucible Season 9. The biggest and most important one is that it now starts on Sunday. So the entire Cosmic Crucible has been moved one day forward. Be sure to update your defenses now. Now, I put out a video earlier today with Duelam, and we talked about using Illuminati on defense. I want to point out that there is going to be an event starting on the 15th, Guardian of the Camp, Battle in Cosmic Crucible, more points for Illuminati. This, only you have to do 1 round of attacks. So if you're wanting to put Illuminati on defense, you know, if you want to maximize this event, probably on one of the 3 rounds, you'll have to use Illuminati on offense. We're going to see how that plays out. It seems pretty good. They are introducing Master Diamond Orbs, which are kind of like Mega Orbs for Diamond Orbs, where it has 100 most recent characters, which is kind of interesting enough. I actually welcome this because one of the more frustrating things in the game has been opening Diamond Orbs and getting like a 3 diamond Ronin or some useless character. And then this is a small thing. They did say that they're still working on the compression problem with the weekly payouts and, you know, what tier you are in, whether you're in Masters or Diamond or whatever like that. And they said they're not going to drop people down for this season. So that is still a problem with the compressions of the rankings. But they did change the season rewards, and they essentially removed the percentages. And this goes down even further, and I think it goes all the way to 1 million, where before it would have like after 200, it would go to like 1 to 5%, and then it was percentage based. So this now it's a small change, but I think it's slightly better. What do you think? I don't know. I'm worried that apathy is setting in. As far as I know, as far as content creators, departure, you know, Run 7, Purple Sticky, Tana, 3088 are just people that have announced their departure in the last 48 hours. Is a bit concerning in my opinion. And Scopely, just get rid of the 5. Just make it an Illuminati requirement. Scopely, just give the free-to-play players a 2-star Captain Britain or a 1-star Captain Britain. Something. Fix your game.